Hi guys, welcome to episode 14 of Between Two Couches. I'm here with Sam Stewart today and we're going to talk about recovery and going from a very basic level of recovery after say a CrossFit class or a session, and then we'll give you some insight to some of the stuff that Sam and myself do for recovery when you're possibly training for competition, you're competing more, your volume is increasing, and maybe you're trying to peak for a competition or your weightlifting or strength stuff or whatever. So we'll give you kind of an idea of what we do, but we'll also give you an idea of some of the stuff that you should be doing as like a minimum to make sure you're recovering for your next session. So Sam, for say your beginners, they're doing their CrossFit class, say maybe they're doing 3 days a week, right? What kind of basic stuff should people be doing after, say when they finish the session here, they do the 5 o'clock class, and they're going to come back in a couple of days' time? Some simple stuff that they should do that will help them kind of with their recovery so they can come back and have a good session the next day.
Yeah, so there's kind of some things you can do straight after class, and then there's some stuff you can do in between the sessions. So you want to make sure you get enough food after your session. So you don't want to be hungry. You want to kind of replenish your muscles. You probably obviously use them quite a bit. You want to drink enough, so you have enough water in your system, and then you want to sleep. So you want to make sure you have enough sleep because your body recovers mainly when you sleep. So sleep is the most anabolic thing you can do.
Absolutely.
And then kind of direct. So that's kind of what you can do in between classes. And
so that sounds very simple. It's like drink enough water, eat enough food, get enough sleep.
Yeah. Sounds like stuff you'd do anyway.
Yeah, but like that, people don't tend to do enough of any of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the base layer, right?
So that's your foundation.
Yeah.
So on top of that, like after class, you could do some stretching. Like say you did today's workout was a lot of thrusters, quads, kind of shoulders would be quite sore. So couch stretch is good. So we did a couch stretch after. Might help the quads a bit. Then kind of some soft tissue work. So you get on the cross ball and foam roller, kind of work out the muscles, get some blood flow going. Those things kind of help as well. That's kind of the next stage up from sleeping, drinking, eating.
Yeah. So a little bit of soft tissue work. People should kind of. We've got plenty of foam rollers here, and gyms should probably have foam rollers in the cross balls, but we kind of encourage people to do a little bit before and after class, and then if they have their own stuff, like a foam roller at home, if you're watching TV, Coronation Street or whatever, so Love Island, whatever you got, if you got 15, 20 minutes, you can be foam rolling while you're watching telly once a night or whatever. All that's going to help your muscles recover, right? And
if you're thinking of something you want to do at home to stretch, just kind of think back to the class. What do we do for the warm-up? You know, you could do some, like say you're watching the television, you could do some seal rocks. You can still watch the television.
Absolutely.
You know, that kind of thing. Just think about what do we do in class to warm up? Oh yeah.
Squatted windmills, things like that.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Dog up, dog down. Simple kind of stretch and stuff you do.
You can do crawls in your gap as well, like, you know.
Yeah, you could do that. Spider lunges and all that if you want to. Crab walks, but so that's some basic stuff. So eat enough, drink enough water, get enough sleep. So for sleep, like we're thinking about 7 hours plus. If you can.
At least.
And then kind of next stage on top of that, then will be some stretching and some soft tissue work, foam rolling, the cross ball work, either before and after class or a little bit at home between the next session.
Yeah. And I'd say for say you're really sore the next day after a session, or you're kind of new to CrossFit and you're quite sore, the best thing you can do is just come back here. Because you'll get the blood flowing again through the warm-up, then doing a bit more exercise, and then you kind of get used to it.
To get the body moving a little more, that's actually going to help you recover a little more.
Yeah, you think just staying still will help? That's probably one of the worst things you can do.
Some people, they do a hard session or beginners, and they'll train on Monday, and it's always like 2 days after the DOMs come really hard, so like they're really sore on Wednesday, and then they say, oh, I need another rest day, and they don't come in until Thursday, and they're potentially worse. Yeah. The best thing is come in, like after 2 days, you should be back in again, moving around, and you'll feel better after.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's kind of your base there. So from there then, I'll take the lead on this one. So from there, then the next kind of thing you could do from your own perspective then would be taking some supplements. So your basic supplements you're going to be getting in the kind of fitness industry that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck is creatine, beta-alanine, and obviously H&B. Yeah. And then you can have protein powders. So they're kind of your top four. Whey protein. And again, that depends if you're eating enough. If you're getting enough protein in your diet and you don't necessarily need supplement
so that's
protein.
Like on top of your foundation. So you're eating enough, then you can do this.
So they're kind of things. And then you can go on from there. Then you've got fish oils, glucosamine. That's going to help with you're going to keep your body, your joints healthier, stuff like that. Again, but these things are kind of, if you got if you got those base things, your sleep, your water intake, and your food intake dialed in, then these things are going to help you a little bit more.
Yeah.
But you can't kind of put the horse before or the cart before the horse. You know what I mean? You can't go, okay, I'm going to take H&B, creatine, beta, fish oils, vitamin D. I'm going to be walking around like I'm rattling like a Smartie jar, and you're sleeping 4 hours a night, and you're
not eating,
and you're not eating enough.
Dehydrated.
Yeah. So like it's not going to help you with your recovery, and that's kind of a misconception some people have. It's like, oh, they've got all the things, they've got all the supplements, they've got all the protein powders, and the base stuff is absolute crap.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of the next stage up, and then Sam, like for your own perspective, right? You do a lot of volume.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got the base dialed in. You're getting the sleep, the food, the water. You take your H&B, your creatine, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So kind of what else can you do to kind of give yourself that extra little edge on your recovery? Little tricks that you do, maybe some things that you might eat or you drink, or activities you might do that give you a little bit more help to recovery.
Yeah, so like if you're training a lot more, like I'd be training more than 3 days a week, so the volumes increase, a lot more intensity, and training for different reasons, not just for health and like competitive sport. So like I find a good one is getting in the sea, the coldness.
Full contrast, yeah.
Yeah, so like the blood, when you get really cold, the blood rushes to your kind of internal organs, so like closer into you. And then when you get warmer again, the blood flushes back out and it kind of fires the blood through, and it's a bit more.
Just flushes out the body.
Yeah, exactly. So and you feel amazing after.
So you got like the
40 foot doggy, sea points,
that kind of thing. I mean, you see people do ice baths and stuff like that. Just the
same idea.
Same idea.
The sea is just free.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah.
Then again, the opposite would be a hot bath with some Epsom salts. I do that. I try to get that as much as possible.
That helps, yeah.
So that just brings, instead of bringing the blood in and then out, it just brings the blood out.
Yeah.
So if just about unbearable is the temperature you want.
Okay.
Quite hot. No, don't burn yourself, but
hot enough.
But hot enough.
Yeah.
Then I'm always preaching on about my beetroot juice.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it helps your blood flow.
It's an anti-inflammatory as well.
Anti-inflammatory as well. So there's nitrates in it that are a vasodilator, so your blood, your vessels get wider.
More blood can pump around the body, so you've got your muscles have more blood to contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Do more exercise.
And then I use the Compex as well.
So some people might know what Compex is. Like, so what is a Compex?
So you see these little machines, and they have like sticky pads. So say it's your quad, you put one sticky pad here, and there's a current between, and it involuntarily contracts your muscles for you.
Okay.
So like you'll see someone's leg going no.
Alright, so like shocks
the muscles.
So it's basically contracting your muscle for you without you
putting any effort in.
So again, it's all about that blood flow. Then it's just
exactly
it's just encouraging more blood flow to the joints, to the muscles,
to
kind of ease them off and recover.
Exactly, yeah.
Sweet. That's the same kind of concept as doing your foam roll and your soft tissue work.
Yeah.
Yourself, but obviously you've got this device doing it for you.
Exactly. It's the same as at the end of a workout, you feel your legs are feeling really heavy.
Yeah.
The same way the Compex would flush it out.
Yeah.
You could get back on we always encourage people to get back on the assault bike.
Just do a little bit easy pace.
Go for a walk, yeah. Just get some blood flow going. Okay. Instead of being stagnant in the sore parts.
Yeah. And then obviously the last kind of step, so let's just have a recap here. We've got our base, then we've got food, drink, sleep. You got those dialed in, then you've got your supplements, your H&B, your creatine, your fish oils, your glucosamine, your beetroot juice. Then after that, then kind of tier 3 would be your ice bath, your Epsom salts, your Compex. And then kind of the last kind of level of kind of optimizing recovery then would kind of seeing a physical therapist on a regular basis. So like take myself and Sam for example, we get a weekly kind of check-in. We've got a physical therapist here. We'll give him a plug, John Kelly, Checkmat Dublin. He trains here, but he's a physical therapist and a chiropractor. So he looks after us here on weekly, checks our hips, adjusts us if we need to. Does any dry needling, soft tissue work, things like that. We have
back in place.
Yeah, we have the luxury of that. Obviously, myself and Sam, we're training 6 days a week, multiple sessions. So we're trying to optimize as much recovery as possible because we're training for competition. If you're someone who's beginning and you're starting out, don't worry about that stuff unless you have, unless you're at a stage where when you're starting, your mobility is poor and you have an underlying issue, then going to see a physical therapist and a professional to help you with those kind of limitations is a key thing and a must. But if you're someone that's just starting off and there's nothing wrong with you, you've no previous injuries, you don't need to worry about that stuff. That stuff that will come down the line if you need it. But if you look after the first kind of 2 or 3 tiers, you've got your food, sleep, and your hydration, and then you can supplement with some fish oils and things like that.
Soft tissue work.
And then you're doing your own foam roll and stretching. You're going to be pretty decent.
Right, yeah.
You're going to be pretty decent again with your recovery, and you'll be healthy you'll be able to train for a long time. So yeah, I think we pretty much covered it all, Sam. I don't know if we have anything else to add to it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so that's
all the bases covered. Yeah.
So thanks, guys. That's some tips and tricks from myself and Sam about recovery, how to optimize it for your training. Again, going from the very basic level all the way up to trying to get as much out of your recovery as possible. There's a good quote from Ben Bergeron we'll finish off on. There was a D1 division gymnastics team in America were asked, the whole squad was asked the question, if they could improve their strength, flexibility, agility, or their recovery, what would they pick?
Let's pick one.
They had to pick one.
Yeah.
And the entire squad picked every option and nobody picked recovery. And the funny thing is, if you recover faster, guess what?
Yeah.
You can train more. So optimize your recovery, make it a big part of your routine, and everything else will come along. Because if you recover quicker, you can train again sooner, you can train again harder and faster, you can lift more weights.
You'll be less sore.
You'll be less sore. If you don't recover properly and you don't look after it, you'll eventually get injured, and then guess what? You can't train.
Bummer.
Alright team, thanks for viewing. If you've got any questions or comments, you want us to talk about anything in the next episode, put it below, hit the like button. See you again. Thanks.